I've done my MBA. I passed out in 1993. So in those days, there were very few women who went into business administration, and I started marketing for my brother-in-law who was running an organization at that time. They were doing presentation solutions and for doctors and for ad agencies and things like that. It was very interesting, and I was pitching for them. Mostly I was doing marketing. I'd get new clients and things like that. And a lot of ad agencies also were our clients. It was very interesting work, and that's where I met my husband and we got married. Then I went on to work for Max New York Life Insurance. We started working in their sales team. It was there that, the pressure started getting into me, and I slowly started having headaches. Then it started occurring more frequently. Every week I'd have a headache. Then every 2 days, and I was popping in, this paracetamol so much. It actually affected the kidneys.
My sisters and I are like three peas in a pod. So we were very close to each other and we worked together. And that really helped because in a span of 1 year, we had several life events happening at the same time, which were very difficult to deal with. They had a check. This was just a routine check, and the doctor had a doubt, so he said, go and check your kidneys. And that's when they went through the checks. And after about a week, it became clear, the reports confirmed that she had dual renal failure.
During my pregnancy, I developed hypertension, and it was not diagnosed properly by my gynecologist, who let it go till the 7th month, and we saw my albumin was 4+, which is very high for a pregnant woman to have. When you're pregnant, your kidneys really take a beating because they are working for two people. When that happened, we started checking my blood pressure, and she saw it was abnormally high. So that's when I went to SMF, Dr. Shanta. She was such a wonderful doctor. I went in such a precarious stage to her. She helped me survive, and she delivered my baby, who is a preterm baby. Anju was delivered in 8 months itself. At that time, Dr. Shanta told me, your kidneys are not functioning to the full, so you need to take medication for it. With a small child, your focus is so on the baby. I used to forget taking my medication. And after the whole day's work, I'll go lie down, and then oh God, I didn't have my BP medicines. I was very careless, and I think that was one of the biggest faults that led to kidney failure for me. It was rapid because my BP was so high, and not taking the medication on time every day. It was stipulated that I should do it every day, which I didn't do. I was very careless with my work. Within 2 years, when Anju was just 3 years old, both my kidneys failed rapidly. I started feeling very tired. I'm normally a very active person, buzzing around the house, and I used to keep lying down, and sleeping a lot. So my father-in-law noticed this and said, she's normally not like this. So why don't you take her to the doctor and check it out? So then the doctor said, no, this is not a right thing. So you've got to go to a nephrologist. So that's when we came to Dr. Georgie, and he checked out and he said, yes, it's not such a great scenario, but we will try with medicines, to keep you at this level at least.
Kidney disease doesn't have any symptoms. It is a scar in the kidney, which is slowly progressive, irreversible, and often asymptomatic in early stages, unlike any other system in the body. So unless you target a population who is prone to develop kidney disease, for example, diabetics, those who have high blood pressure, those who have heart disease, those who are taking alternative medicines, and there is a family history of kidney disease, these are the targeted population. You should be checking their kidney functions to make sure that they do not have kidney disease. And those who have kidney disease extending beyond 3 months, we call it as chronic kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease requires constant care and advice to the patients, because a lot of the people do not know the existence of chronic kidney disease. 17% of the Indian population, they have prevalent chronic kidney disease. She had chronic kidney disease and she is on peritoneal dialysis. We call it as continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, and which is a form of kidney failure treatment offered to patients all over the world. The advantage is that it is a 24-hour, 24/7 treatment. So the poisons are being removed continuously in peritoneal dialysis. So they have more relaxation with regard to diet, water intake and salt intake. Whereas in hemodialysis, you have seen that they come for dialysis, they lie down there for 4.5 hours, they are dialyzed. The moment you stop the dialysis, again the poisons are accumulated. It is like a seesaw pattern. Goes down at the end of dialysis, then it comes up. Whereas in continuous ambulatory peritoneal, it is a flat line regarding the poison removal as well as the water removal.
The first thing is we have to love ourselves. You don't have to give up. The minute you don't do that, the family starts seeing you fight. They will come more, to help you, more to support you. And they'll, no, she's actually trying to do something. So let us also, give her a helping hand. And, by cribbing and things like that, you put them off. When you are so positive and when you want to face ahead, and you want to face life with positivity, they will definitely stand by you.
Here's how it works. There are times when we needed to be absolutely there. So, for example, when Shanthi went through some major operations, a transplant, for instance, or when she had a most recent operation of her parathyroid surgery, etc. We had to be there. So she knows, no matter where I am in the world, I'm just a phone call away. So she picks the phone, I'm 17 hours later, 15 hours later, I'm in Chennai. And she knows that. So it's a strange thing happened. She went through a 4-hour surgery. I was not there at the surgery. The fact that she knew I was flying to India was helping her and giving her the assurance that, things will be all right. When my sister was here, she was right next to her, and she's always there, Madhavi. So that's the kind of teamwork we do. So she's there right through everything, and I'm there in the background. So there are times where I feel that I'm not there, but there are times where I know that everything is taken care of. So
it was a shock, to say the least, because it's something new that those days it was not heard of, dialysis and kidney problem and all. And something that she's always very strong and a pillar of our family. So we couldn't fathom that she was ill. She used to run around for us. So it was like a broken leg for us. But then, we had to quickly come around, take a decision, and my brother was taking the right decision, getting on for PD. And I think we did a good choice there because she has turned out to be the longest survivor in PD.
the one person who's been my pillar of strength, and that's my mother. If not for my mother, I could not have. I'm a bit emotional when I talk about this. I couldn't have brought up my daughter. She's been like, there would be days that I can't get up in the morning to take care of Anju. But by 8, you won't believe it. Breakfast for Anju, breakfast for all of us. Anju's lunch will be packed and ready, and my husband's lunch will be packed and ready by 8:30. Anju used to leave at 8:30 in the auto. And she has done this consistently for these 17 years. I was never worried, will my child be fed? I've never had to worry. And that was such a solace to me, and that is what I think, helps patients of any disease live well. The support of your family, people around you who are with you to say, no, you're not a burden, We love taking care of you, and it is our responsibility to do it. I've never heard these people complain or crib about, having to do so much for me. The way I handled my disease, I think Anju handled it even better. As a child, she saw me. She just accepted it, She said, yeah, mommy is doing dialysis. There's a little bit of a discomfort. The children don't see these things. They only see the soul, and what love or affection that you're giving. For them, everything else doesn't matter.
My mom explained, see, there is something called a kidney in my body and it is not working now, so that's why I need this. And I just was like, okay. My mom was my only support, and she took on my feelings, my burden as well as hers. And I don't think I had anyone to lean on besides my mother. So she's always been there for me, basically. I don't remember it being difficult. I only remember it being what life was.
We have girls in our house. All of them are girls, except for 2 or 3 men who do all the support work. But it's so important for them to have that confidence, that personal confidence, that life is not always fun and games. It's not about discos and it's not about dinners and parties. There are dark days in life, and they will not inform you in advance when they arrive. But to have the confidence to deal with it when it happens is the most important thing. So Shanthi has given, through her life's experience, that confidence to deal with adversity. So when it happens, how do you deal with it? Don't get depressed. Don't give up. There's always hope.
This was a shock to me because I was not aware of this. And I was actually in marketing. I used to always do my targets and I was really good at it and things like that. Suddenly you're diagnosed with kidney failure and they say you can't go out. You just have to stay at home. But then again I said I can't sit at home. Then I started this clothes business where in WhatsApp I created a group of my friends where I post, like salwar, saris, and a few other dress materials and things like that. And I started getting my friends to do. Then they started recommending their friends. Now I have a group of 250 people who are my customers and who buy from me. And I have a good supplier chain also. Right from Ahmedabad to Jaipur to Kolkata to Andhra Pradesh. I do so many things, like I have a wide range and I keep posting. And whoever, asks me for it, I order for it from the supplier and then I courier it to them.
I'd say she's incredibly ambitious, not just in like how she manages being ill, but like just generally. Like, I don't think I know many people, regardless of whether they're well or not, who come up with like consistently great ideas to start businesses and make other people's lives better, who then go and do those things.
She's kind of someone I can always confide in, and she is just formidable. That's how I describe Shanthi.
Pinny is definitely my best friend, and sometimes I end up going to her before I go to my mother.
She's a very strong lady and she will not give up. She will not give up whatever happens.
Shanti is very inspirational in that she has taught the world how to live life without complaints despite such a big problem.
I firmly believe, there is a purpose in him keeping me alive all these days. And maybe this is it, to tell people you don't have to flounder because of a small disability called a disease.